Welcome back to Of Dice and Friends, your weekly serving of magic, mayhem, and misadventure. I'm Joey, your host and dungeon master, and you're all now level 10.
What?
Yeah, buddy.
Who's rolling for health?
I am.
You know I got it.
And we got a long rest, too. So.
No, you take
I am also rolling for health.
Are
You
really?
are?
Yeah.
Why are you being dumb like us?
Well, I rolled the last two, and then
yeah.
I died, and I didn't roll, and
Greg,
then now I'm rolling again.
Nolan, why are you?
Because I rolled the worst possible roll.
What did-
I rolled a 2.
Oh, you need a 1 so you could try again,
Yeah.
right?
Wow, guess what I got?
Did you get it too?
Oh, you guys are suckers. Letting luck decide your fate.
Wait. Guess my health.
Guess your health?
Guess my health.
Like current
I
health
know.
or max HP?
69?
It's 69.
Yeah, nice.
Guys, I rolled a 2. All three of us just rolled 2s.
Man, this is so cool. We're about to fight a dragon.
But isn't that Tana's average? Like, don't you just get 2 points every time.
First of all, the average would be a 3.5.
There you go.
It's okay, because I have a bag
Gotta
of
work on
gold
that,
from
Kyle.
Walker. How much gold was in there?
I think it was filled with teeth.
Wow.
never
Classic
really-
Walker.
How much? Does a tooth fairy exist?
No.
I have a question for the DM. Can I use one of my meta magic points to re-roll my health roll?
No.
Could I use 10 of my meta magic points?
I'm so sorry to all three of you.
You guys-
That's tough.
You guys really are suckers letting the roll of the dice decide your fate.
That makes perfect sense for Tana. I don't know what
really.
I don't know what Mo's problem is.
It's
What
just a
kinda
bad day,
game?
okay? It's cold outside. I don't know. It's just bad. But anyway, we should probably introduce ourselves.
Oh, yeah. Who
Hey,
are you?
everybody. Nolan here. Still playing Mo the Monk for now. Have you ever gotten like a creative phase and just like, you think of all the inventors and you're like, dude, I could probably invent something? Well, I did. I invented a pencil that has erasers on both sides. I went, wait, no, that's pointless.
Unless your life is nothing but mistakes.
What was the thing that you posted in Discord about dad jokes and how they're better for your
Oh,
health?
I didn't post that. I think Pete posted that.
Oh, yeah. What was it? That dad jokes are better for your health or something?
No wonder Joey's so angry all the time.
I'm so mad.
It didn't help with our imaginary help.
Hi, I'm Greg, and I play J.R. Ranstar. And so I was thinking an interesting thing is whales. So whales started out...
Okay.
Now, hear me out. Whales
The
started...
animal or the place?
The animal. Okay. So whales started out as fish, and they were swimming around, and then they decided, hey, I'm going to go on land, and they became these wolf-like things. And then they're like, nope, I'm going back to fish. And then they returned back to the ocean. So they left, said, nah, and then went back.
That's kind of like me on a Friday night. You know, it's like, I want to go out. No, never mind. I'm going home. Going home. Diablo 4 is coming
I feel
out.
that.
Wow.
I did not know about that. Thank you, Greg.
You're welcome.
Yeah. My name is Rachel. I play Tana the Tiefling. Tana, unlike most of the other Tieflings on this planet, doesn't just control fire. As you guys know, she has access to chaos as well. That's been super fun. I really enjoyed getting some more chaos spells to fuck around with that. Also, on a non-character tangent, this is the last episode of this third arc. I'm really, really excited. We're going to be doing another short rest for this third arc where it's an exclusive interview with all 6 of us. Everyone in our Discord gets to ask us any questions we want. The more sexual,
Any
the better.
questions they want.
No, that, yeah. Any questions you want. So if you haven't joined our Discord yet and you want to get access to that and also be able to ask the guys anything you want, hop on. I would love to hear from you.
Did you just say that the question should be as sexual in nature as possible?
Yeah, absolutely. I want to see Greg squirm.
It's going to make all of us squirm. Awkward, guys. Awkward.
It's only as awkward as our patrons make it. So come on
That
in.
gets real awkward.
Yeah, JR did get lightning rod this arc,
Yeah.
I
Oh,
believe.
yeah.
So.
Yeah. And I think that Finian as well. What did you do? You whipped a scroll out of your pants?
Yeah, I reached into my pants and I whipped out my scroll.
Yeah. It was a big scroll. It was a big scroll.
Scroll.
Yeah.
Had a lot of words on it.
Gideon wears like robes, right?
He wears robes over, well, leather armor.
So I assume they're like the
we
robes
got-
that just drape down, so he probably had to lift them up. To
You should see when he goes to the bathroom. It's something else.
Better than a jumpsuit, right? Where you'd have it down by his ankles.
Right,
By the way,
exactly.
who are you?
Who am I?
Yeah.
I'm Aaron.
Oh.
And I play Finian the elf. Yeah, that's right.
You look so confused.
I was very confused. She asked me who I was. Like, well, you always know who I am.
We had a shot of silly juice before this recording.
We might have, or two.
Is that what you
yeah,
call
I
it? Is that what you call it?
Silly sauce.
I'm uncomfortable.
Okay. Yeah, he wears long robes to stay out of the sun because he's extremely sensitive to sunlight.
We hadn't
So
noticed.
being on the light side of the planet, kind of rough.
Yeah.
He's sort of been hiding the whole time he's been here.
Yeah.
Hey, it's Sarek. I play Heen the Scion, and I want to talk about something weird. Wales, the country. I think they do have something in common with their, sea-based cousins.
Can
the
I
whales.
interrupt just for a second? Joey was leaning against the microphone with his eyes closed.
Was he really?
Yes, he was.
Oh, poor Joey.
Because I know where this is going, but our audience doesn't know yet.
They specifically, they share a common language, Welsh.
All
So
right.
bad.
I hate you guys.
It's time for our toast. My friends, may the winds of fortune sail you, may you sail a gentle sea. May it always be the other guy who says, this drink's on me. Cheers.
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 Clink.
It's good.
Little baby sip.
that little
The
slip.
little baby sip really completed it. It's good. Chapter 32, Dead End. As the tree portal closes behind you, you have a moment to surveil your new surroundings. You're back in the dead of Miarum, not a leaf or blade of grass to be seen. The corpse of Miarguth, the swamp giant, kneels in the shallow river not far from here. You're joined by two of the people who were recently trying to kill the black dragon at Tor, the dwarf woman in plate armor, and the goblin with the tongue tattoo under her lips.
They came with us.
They did, though neither makes any move to do anyone harm. They seem to be following your lead. Ator takes in a deep, shuddering breath of the horrid swamp air.
Home.
He looks down at the party, specifically Heen.
Are you ready?
As ready as we will ever be.
The dwarf clenches her fist tightly around her hammer and looks to JR. Hi, I'm Egret. Oh, I'm here to help, but what exactly is the plan here?
Oh, hi, I'm J.R. Ranstar. Weren't we fighting?
Yes, but like I said, I'm here to help.
Oh, well, we didn't tell this big dragon that you're supposed to be here, so you should probably hide. Both of you.
Yeah, fair point. They will both hide.
I'll sigh and climb up on his back like we discussed. I'm gonna shimmy up his neck and try and find somewhere to brace my foot. His face is all rotting and decayed, so I'm sure I can find something to kind of jam in there real good.
Oh, lovely.
All right, when you're ready, and I'll stow my face and body. I know dragons aren't used to normal humanoids, but she's big, she's old, she's ancient, she's going to be able to read it. This is going to take all my acting ability. Let's do this.
Ator makes himself as small and feeble as possible, like he's terrified for his life.
Call her now.
Mother, help!
He screams, and it echoes through the gorge.
Okay, here we go.
I hold my hand pressed up against the top of his skull, waiting and standing confidently.
Out of a hole in the top of the giant's skull crawls Palusix, the ancient black dragon, and she scales her way down the bone, her eyes never leaving the party, never leaving her son. She approaches slowly, cautiously, and angrily.
Palusix, we have your son. Release my friends.
Such cruelty in your hearts. I'm impressed. You'd make excellent warlocks.
Dealing with despicable and disgusting dragons requires a level of pragmatism most aren't willing to accomplish. Your son here knows this all too well.
What exactly will you do with him if I were to snap the necks of your friends right now.
Oh boy.
Have you heard of the mind knife?
She does not reply.
I will fill you in then. An ancient Gith trick to subdue greater beings who have the arrogance to engage us in combat. Your son here fell for that folly, and he now knows the little tiny prick in the back of his skull, and a simple flick of my wrist, and your son is no more.
Their lives are not worth it, Mother. Just release them.
She will take a threatening step towards you, Heen. She's not buying it.
Tell me, Palusix, have you eaten today?
Always.
Well, then you know what a full stomach feels like. But how about an overfull stomach? And I'm going to reach out my other hand, and my fingers will move, conjuring. It's going to be something simple, just a sphere, and I'm going to make it 10 feet in diameter, and I'm going to conjure it in her stomach. And that sudden drop of weight as I let gravity take over the construct, and hope that she has the right reaction.
The rest of you see Palusix's stomach bulge, as if she suddenly became pregnant.
Ew.
She'll immediately stop walking towards you, and you see in her eyes just the barest glint of fear.
I'll release it, knowing I just won right there. And I'm going to examine my fingernails, which are probably really scratched up, but whatever.
I'm gonna push JR and Mo forward.
Tana, stop! I'm not going near
You
that.
need to go!
Jerry, you go first.
Go! I'll shove you both forward really hard.
I think she's afraid, so I'll walk up, strut up. Do what you must.
Are you speaking draconic? Can you do that?
No, she doesn't deserve it.
Oh! With a heavy sigh and a wave of her clawed hand, Mo and JR, you feel a sense of dread lift from your souls. Ator's pupils dilate slightly, and he gives you the smallest nod.
And we have your word that we are all free to go.
Ator belongs to me. Surrender him now.
Atur, I release you from your chains, and I will backflip off of him.
Pretty spry for a frog guy.
I assume he's using psionics to guide his flip so he doesn't face plant.
Into the
I'm getting a
marsh.
little taste of that former glory. It tastes good.
That was
It's corrupt, but
glorious.
it's good.
Yeah.
The moment you release him, there is no hesitation. He charges Palusix, acid already dripping from the corners of his mouth.
Your time in the light is over.
Palusix reels back in shock, and with perhaps a glimmer of pride now in her eyes.
Oh.
I need everyone to roll initiative.
Oh, all right, let's do it.
It's a sabotage.
Heen,
Yeah, I got a 4.
Mo,
I got a 17.
Tana,
18?
Finian.
7.
Okay. JR.
13.
Ator collides with Palusix just as she begins to take flight, slamming her into the cliff wall. With rage in his eyes, he's tearing into her wings, preventing escape.
Oh.
Restrained by Ator, you all have an opening to do as much damage as possible. All of your attacks have advantage, and she has disadvantage on all dex saves.
Wow.
Egret, the dwarf, will run out of hiding to join you. Stay close, I'll keep you safe. While you're within 10 feet of her, you add 5 to all saving throws.
Nice.
Wow.
Oh gosh, paladins, I forgot about them.
Yep.
I'm glad we brought her.
A warm light shines through her shield. Anyone within 30 feet of her receives max healing from dice.
Wow.
Which, remember, you're in Palusix's domain, so healing is halved.
But still.
And you have advantage on death saves, which, again, you're in Palusix's domain, so it counters the disadvantage.
Nice.
Anyway, point is, stay close to her. Tana.
My body will be wreathed in flames, some of which are burning black, and the fire will move from me to her, completely immolating her. She will need to make a dex saving throw as her body burns as bright as a fireball.
One of her rolls was a nat 20.
Oh.
However, she had disadvantage, and so she fails the save.
Oh, well, that's too bad. She will take 35 fire damage with a little bit of chaos mixed in there.
Mo?
Where am I, like, height level to Palusix? Because she's, like, pushed up against the wall.
Yeah, she's like up against the cliff face.
Okay, because I mean, like, she's pretty big. So if I just run up, am I, like, at her leg level?
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm just going to take off at a dead sprint towards the two dragons fighting. Because, I mean, like, who doesn't want to see this fight up close? This is going to be really cool. Until I get hit. Anyway, I'm going to run up and I'm just going to start punching her left kneecap as
That's
much
so
as I
specific.
can. Well, maybe she'll start limping. I don't know. We'll see.
Don't forget she is on fire, but I assume that most of the flames will be traveling up her body.
True.
Yeah.
I got fast hands. I can dodge the fire.
Yeah, you can.
Okay, what's her... I can either just tell you everything I'm rolling or what
Her
her AC
armor is 22.
is. Okay, so the first one misses.
She has hard scales.
Second one, I rolled a 20 and a 19.
Wow.
So, okay, I got one crit, 2d8. Third attack hits, and then fourth attack, because I'm using my bonus action here, misses. But I hit her left kneecap 3 times. Oh, and it crit, so I get to switch the damage.
Yeah, what damage would you
Thanks,
like
Zach.
to do?
I'm gonna do lightning. So
What was it that JR said last episode?
yeah, I'm just gonna start punching this dragon, and then just out of nowhere, my hands start gathering lightning around them, and I'm just super excited. I look over to JR. Yo, JR, check this out! I'm gonna deal 9 lightning damage.
Hey, it's something.
And then I'm gonna look up to Palusix. Hey, listen, I know this is going to be a really weird request, but could you try and hit me with your tail? I was just fighting a monk, and she dodged my trip attack, and I kind of want to practice that.
Palusix does not hear
Damn
me.
it.
She is focused on a Tor who's tearing her wings apart.
Her burning wings.
Yes. The goblin who has joined you will scream as she runs into the fray, following Mo's example. She just becomes completely lost amidst the two dragons battling. You're not sure what she's up to, but you can be sure it's foul, whatever it is. JR.
I will run up and try and stab Palusix's toes with my sword.
JR, your next attack is a 17 from Pete.
Nice.
Sweet. So I hit, and then my second attack, I also hit with that one, so I'll roll my damage. 13 slashing and 4 lightning on the first hit.
Dang.
9 slashing and 1 lightning on the second. And I'm going to use my sword's ability to goad her to attack me. And I gain resistances to all her damage.
Ooh, very good. Okay.
DC 14 wisdom save for the sword.
She passes the wisdom save
Fair enough.
with a 22.
Then I will not do what I was going to do, and I will drink my potion.
Yeah.
I have all of them.
If you guys have potions, you have all the party's potions. Oh, no.
I still have 4.
No, I think Durgus got some of the potions back in the previous, either the previous one or the one before that. We divvied them back out.
Okay, good. So
Well,
you
if
don't
nobody
have
needs
them.
them, then I'll hold on to them.
Yep. Walker rushes out from the giant corpse's ribcage to see what all the ruckus is about. Instinctually, he summons his scythe into his open hand, though he stops before using it. Seems he's taking his time gauging the battlefield.
To see who's winning.
Maybe. Finian.
I use my action to trigger the symbiotic entity. Mm-hmm. And now I smell like mushrooms even more than I ever do.
Is that possible?
Luckily for you, in the dead of Miarum, no one can tell the difference.
Pretty much just smell like the swamp.
Yeah,
I move 35 feet closer to the action, so I can be close to
sure.
anybody who ends up getting injured in this combat.
What's Durgus doing?
He's with me. He's carrying potions.
In his cute little potion vest.
Yeah.
He's so cute.
Did he get a taste of blood from yesterday's combat?
When you used him as an improvised weapon.
Exactly. Maybe only in his own mouth. So he dropped them on his face.
Hey, it was his idea.
He's not very happy with you.
Heen.
Okay, so you said to go all in for this, so I'm going to I really like this diadem. I'm going to use it, and I'm going to cycle through until I find a blowgun, of all things. And I'm going to summon that and fire it.
Okay.
So I'm going to all in this. I'm going to, as the the projectile travels, I'm going to replicate it, so I'll have 2 of them. But before I do that, I'm going to grow it.
What is the projectile?
A little tiny force dart.
Okay.
Except it's going to grow in size and mass as it travels, and it's going to gain a couple friends as we do this. So let's go ahead. Yeah, that's going to be a nat 20.
Okay, that hits.
Boy.
Okay, so I feel like I need to explain what my class actually does right here. So whenever I cast Astral Construct, I have to choose one of a couple different properties to it. And whenever I do an attack, I always use a Devastating Weapon, which increases the die to a D12. So my attack is now a D12. I've replicated it, and it's all the same action. So now I have 2 D12s. I've also grown it in size, so I gained another die. So after all of this, I have 8 D12s plus 10 coming in for 70 force damage.
Wow!
It burns so much of my psi points. But Joey, I'm going to burn the last 2 that I can this turn, and I'm going to attack one more time. I still got to roll to hit this time, but the darts, I guess, turn back for another strafe at her stomach with an 18.
You get advantage.
Ooh. Right, I rolled the first die and didn't need it. That's going to be now a 24.
That hits.
So we're going to slap another, oh my gosh, 15 force damage in there.
There's some
Nice.
rocks that fall from the cliff face as these darts slam into Palusix and pin her to the wall. But now it's her turn. And all of these darts, these massive force darts that have pierced her skin, have begun to release some kind of gas that was in her veins.
Is there any chance that this gas is the kind of gas that rises when released?
Unfortunately, this gas is so heavy it sinks.
Oh, no!
I need Mo, JR, and Finian, the 3 who are closest to her, to make DC 17 Constitution
Is that
saves.
gorgeous
The
dwarf
dwarf
around?
is with you. She followed you all back.
What was the DC? Sorry.
17.
I appreciate that, dwarf, but I would have been fine.
Ooh.
What kind of save?
Con.
I fail.
So, Mo, you gain a stack of disease.
I'm immune to disease. I just got that on this level up.
You don't
That's
gain it.
so cool.
Never mind, and the 2 of you passed. You're good.
That disease is
Yes.
brutal.
Palusix unfortunately manages to break free from the grapple, and her claw is now around Ator's face. She's repeatedly just slamming his head into the ground right around where you're all standing, and she's cackling while she does it. Then in her primal revelry, she roars into the heavens. I need everyone to make a DC 22 wisdom save.
DC 22.
Yes.
Ooh, I am on fire right now.
Okay, so I have +8.
No, I think Palusix is on
Dang, I
fire.
got a nat 20.
Surprisingly,
too.
I am proficient in wisdom.
Boom, nat 20 in the house.
Wow.
And with that +5 and my +5, I'd like a 30.
Ew.
Just rolled a 30. Take that in your wisdom save, DM.
Who passed?
I got a nat 20 as well.
Wow.
I got a 26.
I got
Okay.
it right on the nose, 22.
I failed. I got a 19.
Oh, okay. So the 4 of you who passed, you only take 13 thunder damage from the sound as the world seems to shake all around you. Heen, you take 26 thunder damage, and you feel a tingling sensation across your body. From your skin to your organs. It's as if your body is reacting to the roar by opening up all of its pores in acceptance of lethal doses of toxins. You have the horrid suspicion that until the end of her next turn, you're vulnerable to acid, necrotic, and poison damage.
I don't think she needs that. I have 1 health.
Well, you might die because of it, so
Why didn't you say something?
good luck.
You're in tatters.
Well, she still needs to make a dex saving throw to try and stop being on fire.
18? She stop,
need my
drops,
ring.
and rolls. Seemingly in response to Palusix's roar, goblin bodies begin pouring into the gorge from the cliffs above.
Oh.
ignoring their impact wounds to stumble forward towards not you, but Atur, their claws outstretched and dripping black ichor.
Icky.
Very icky. Noticing that you're surrounded, it's Atur's turn, and he will spray the goblins with a beam of acid breath, but they continue marching, immune to his attack. His eyes go wide.
Keep them off me. I'll focus on Palusix.
This round, there are 200 hit points worth of zombies. For every 10 hit points that reach Atur, he'll take damage.
Wow.
It's Egret's turn, and she will nod following the instructions and rush towards the zombies. And she emits some sort of light, and it looks like she's purifying them. And their bodies drop, seemingly cured. Tana, it's your turn.
I cast a quick glance at the obsidian stone on my staff and quickly look away. I'll deal with that later. And I cast Wall of Fire on the largest group of zombies.
Yeah.
Weirdly enough, the fire is completely pitch black, but they will all have to take dex saving throws.
These zombies aren't very dexterous, and they're just walking through the fire, so they all fail.
They will each take 36 black fire damage. And Joey, I'm going to need you to plug a 94 in the chaos table.
Okay.
That's pretty high.
That's very high.
I'm scared.
I'm always scared.
Same.
Might be scared around me too.
Oh wait, we're next to a paladin. I ain't scared.
I'm still scared.
The paladin random the zombies.
Oh no.
My confidence.
Did I kill him?
Tana,
Yeah.
as you're watching these zombies melt in your black, soundless fire, dozens of them are falling in this. You feel disorder pooling in your hands. And if you don't disperse it to someone else soon, it'll overwhelm you.
When you say someone else, do you mean anyone on the battlefield?
So here's the thing. You have no idea if this energy will harm or heal.
Sounds to me like she needs to give JR a big ol' slap on the
So-
butt. Like, good job, JR.
Yes.
I could take it.
So yes, Tana, anyone on the battlefield. But you don't know what will happen.
Do you?
JR,
No.
JR.
I won't know until I roll for it.
Dirgus.
Yeah, Durgan.
No, you can kill Durgus.
Or you make him a god.
Oh, gosh.
Okay, this is what I'm going to do because I am terrified. Finian is 1, Heen is 2,
Oh, okay.
Mo is 3, JR is 4, Palusix is 5, Atur is 6.
Okay?
I'm rolling a d6.
We have a
I want
5-6 chance of hitting an ally. All right, let's do it.
It
I
could
want
be
it.
good, though. It could be good.
It could.
I want it.
I'm so scared. Palusix.
Oh.
Oh boy.
Okay, I am itching all over the place and this black stuff is pooling and I need to get it off of me. So I shove both of my hands in front of me with all of my might, exploding all of the chaos and pandemonium in my palms directly at Palusix.
This undulating orb kind of wavers. It doesn't look like it follows physics or any trajectory. It just kind of slowly makes its way warping towards Palusix, and then it clashes with her and explodes.
You wanted that?
I need you to roll 10d6 damage against her.
Good thing you didn't pick Dirgus.
Holy shit.
Holy shit!
I would have just been bacon.
I think I'm the only character that wouldn't have been killed by that.
I might have been
Outright.
perma dead.
Yeah.
49
Ooh.
pandemonium
Not bad.
damage.
And then you collapse back onto your ass from the exertion. Mo.
Okay, I guess I'm just seeing a nuke go off in front of me.
Yes.
I'm going to look back and forth. I mean, everyone... I don't want to just leave a tour because, I mean, like, this is still an ancient dragon, and I'm immune to disease. So I feel like I'm better off here.
Oh, fair?
Okay, so she is currently slamming his head into the ground.
Yes.
Is she, though, after being slammed in the chest with chaos? I bet she's at least
fair.
coughing. She's probably, like, clearing her throat a little
Yeah,
bit.
and he did manage to shoot acid at the zombies, so
Yeah.
he's recovering a bit.
Okay, I guess I'm just gonna go up to the same knee that I was punching. I'm gonna try and punch it 4 more times.
Okay.
All right, no advantage anymore because she's no longer restrained. I got 1 hit and 1 crit off of a 10 because of my wraps. The first hit, I'm just gonna hit her knee regularly for 6 damage, and then I'm gonna look at Tana. Tana, I don't know how I'm doing this, but check this out, and I'm gonna hit her with 6 more fire damage. As fire shoots off my hand onto the dragon. I'm a wizard now!
You hear a loud crack in her knee as it shatters.
Oh.
I could do this all day.
Speaking of which, what's the weather today?
I feel like we need to start every episode with Joey
What's the
telling us what
weather?
the weather will be
Giving
for
a
you.
forecast.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, in the dead of the swamp, and there's no wind. It's nothing. It's
It's wet and slippery.
dead.
Dang. So I heard Artur say, like, defend him. So I'm going to run up, grab his tail that's whipping back and forth, and, like, kind of ride it.
Okay. How is this?
That's a good plan. That's a good plan.
Because as he's flicking me back and forth, I'm going to cast my draconic blast and a cone at incoming zombies.
Cool. Do they have to make a dex save?
Yeah, dex save.
They don't know they're in danger. They're just walking into
Call this
it.
move the windshield wiper.
Yeah, that's pretty good. They will take 13 lightning damage.
More fall. You're almost halfway through the zombies that have currently fallen.
Nice.
I'll just be there. Yeah.
Walker will slowly back into the corpse that he just walked out of. Finian.
I send Dargus on his way over to Heen with potions. So that's the first thing. I give him a little slap on the rump and send him on his way.
Who,
reached into
Heen
my-
or Dargus?
Dargus.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, shoot.
Okay.
He comes later.
I point and, he goes, runs off. And then I also reach into my robe and I pull out this jar.
Oh, no.
And there are like hornets in it, right?
Yeah. Extremely toxic hornets. Yep.
Beautiful. Okay, so there are holes punched in the top because they have to breathe, right?
Mhm. Yep.
So I kind of give them a little like pep talk. in Hornet.
Yeah.
No, really, I don't speak to them in Hornet. I just giving them good vibes.
Okay.
I unscrew the lid and I cast giant insect on them.
Oh, God. How big do they become?
Well, how big were they to begin with?
They were
Normal
about,
size, right?
Well,
Were
they were big hornets about the size of your thumb.
like murder hornets.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Oh, I love it. Like Japanese murder hornets, like 3 inches.
I don't
and
know if they're from Japan, but
whatever. It's
No, they are.
they're probably from Dragon Spiral,
Right.
but whatever.
Murder
No,
hornets
this is an
from Dragon.
isekai now.
exactly.
There are 3 wasps. They are now about 5 feet long, each of them.
That's terrifying. Jeez.
And they casually go up and start stinging into Palusix's eyes. Oh my god. Luckily, she ignores much of the poison damage. However, she still takes 20 piercing damage.
Wait, time out. Joseph, whose side are you on? Why did you say luckily she doesn't take that damage?
I heard that too. I was like, wait, what?
Heen, it's your turn. No further questions.
I stop. My brain almost overloaded between the power I just did and then the psychic scream that just hit my brain. I'm down to 1 health, and I'm vulnerable to all sorts of things at this point. I stop reeling, just grasping at my head, trying to pull my brain out almost, like just clawing at it, but I can't. And I feel a hand on my shoulder, and I look back, and Sean looks over to me.
Heen, take a break and rest. I have this.
I nod, taking a deep breath, and see Durgus, and man, have I never been happier to see him. I'm going to slam whatever the biggest potion is on him that I can find. And with my final 5 psi points, Sean casts animated projections, and he's going to turn back into my memories and pull the corpses of the people I've killed, 5 of them, the corpses of the people I've killed, out from my brains, and astral projections will materialize in front of him. One woman with her head half cut off, another a small child whose little purple lightning arcs are kind of barely under control, and he will tell them, fight. And the 5 of them, without second thought or hesitation, run into the zombie fray. And they're each going to attack the zombies. So I gotta make 5 rolls.
Yep. Oh, you don't have 5 dice, though, so...
Again, whose side are you on, Joseph?
What's the AC?
I just want to kill all of you, okay? Zombies?
Yeah.
12.
So, as the 5 specters of my haunted memory pour into the zombies, each of them attacking in their own unique way, but each fundamentally still dealing force damage as they've hijacked my projection psionics for their own means. They're going to 4 of them end up hitting, and a total of 33 force damage to the zombie horde.
As the goblins continue falling, it's Palusix's turn. Mo and JR. Oh, and Finian, you're still near her.
Well, I'm on a tail, so I don't know how close I am.
It varies.
The 3 of you make... Actually, Mo, you're immune to disease, so you don't have to worry about this. But JR and Finian make a DC 17 con save.
Oof.
I passed.
JR, you gain a level of disease. You subtract 1 from all D20 rolls while you have this. I'm just going to give that to you so we can keep track of them.
I have a tickle in my throat, guys.
Finian, is that you?
Hi, guys.
It's Finian again.
Palusix half tosses a Tor off of her and he goes slamming into the ground. JR, you with him. And then she sweeps the entire battlefield with a thick exhalation of corrosive, diseased breath. You all feel your bodies wilt as the moisture is drawn out of them.
Someone get this bitch a Listerine.
I need all of you to make a DC 22 Constitution save.
Tommy Khan!
Yeah, no.
Fuck!
JR, do so with advantage because you're like behind a Tor.
Oh, okay.
Is the paladin in
Nat
range?
Wow.
Whoa!
With that advantage. We're seeing a lot of nat
And the
20s
plus
today.
5.
Yeah.
You get the +5 too, right?
Oh, yeah. So I guess... No, I still would have failed. But that nat 20, woo.
Nice. Who failed?
I did.
I failed very hard.
So Tana and Mo take 60 necrotic damage. Do remember that the amber disc is in Heen's pocket, so you have resistance to necrotic
So we
damage.
take half.
So you take half of that.
Well, I was standing to my feet with, my staff in hand, but I'm down. I'm down.
Tana, you also gain a stack of disease. Mo
I'll
would
take
have,
the
but
chip.
he's immune. The 3 of you who pass don't take damage.
It's
from it.
all or nothing?
Yep.
Okay. Huh.
The vapors remain, however, obscuring the battlefield in a sickly yellow fog that burns when you breathe it in. So at the end of each of your turns, you'll be taking acid damage. And unfortunately, a handful of the zombies, the goblins, manage to reach Ator and begin with the toxins that are dripping from their claws. They begin tearing his scales off of his body.
Oh.
A war horn sounds from up on the cliff, and the goblins stop dropping in. You can hear the clamor of battle as if a small army has engaged the zombies up above. And then a single person jumps down into the gorge. The spirit of an orc. Gunk not let you have all the fun! Even though he's a ghost, his will is strong enough that he carries a large stick with him in one hand and a bird on his shoulder. As he lands in the shallow water, he throws the branch like a spear, and just before it collides with Palusix, it transforms into a giant tree with fists and antlers. Rephirim.
Whoa!
Meanwhile, the bird reverts back into Myra, who lets loose a flurry of arrows towards the dragon. "This is for my sister!" she cries out. You're all filled with a sense of inspiration and hope, while those of you who are awake.
Fuck you.
You can use this conviction to turn a single attack or saving throw into a natural 20 during the rest of the battle.
Oh, gosh.
Ator bites down low on Palusix's neck, using his nat 20 to deal 46 damage.
Damn.
As well as ripping out a mouthful of flesh. Based on the acid that's dripping from his mouth, he must have torn out her acid gland, preventing further use.
Nice.
As Egret continues releasing the goblin zombies from their curse. Tana, it's your turn.
My death save.
Your next death save, actually, is a 13 from Allie,
Nice.
It's a fail.
which is a pass.
Okay, that's great. So that means we get a positive memory for Tana. So Tana was the smallest of Mardani's kids. So she used to get picked on a lot when she was little. And so Calix, her middle stepbrother, and the two other stepbrothers are just like beating the crap out of Tana, right?
I thought you said a positive.
Yeah, so
number.
anyway, so they're like just beating her up, and Mardani is just sitting there with her arms crossed, kind of waiting for Tana to just be out of the picture at this point, because she's just tired of her being a liability and making her look bad, right? Mardani can't have, one of her kids being so weak. Anyway, at that point, I cast this big plume of fire, which really doesn't normally do anything, but it is smoldering and black. And my three stepbrothers start spitting salamander tails out of their mouths and running away, crying and screaming. And that was the first time Mardani patted me on the head and said she was proud.
Wow.
As I, spit out a cracked tooth. But it was great. It was really great.
That's such a bittersweet memory.
I wonder if all of Tana's positive memories start with abuse.
I feel like he and Tana could really benefit from some therapy.
Mo.
So Palusix is not looking good right now, is she?
No.
Okay, I guess I'm going to do a quick scan of the battlefield because it's usually around this time one of us is down and we don't notice. So is anyone down?
You find Tana. Yep.
I'm super down.
Tana is the only thing not moving in the... There's still that mist obscuring everything, but you
Rude.
see a body just kind of gently floating in the shallow water.
Can you put her in the water? That's so rude.
You guys are in a stream.
So
She's
rude.
really down and she's looking kind of blue.
I guess I'm just gonna disengage from the dragon. I feel like I really don't want to get hit, so
You don't.
I busted one of her kneecaps. I feel like that's a win for Mo. So I'm gonna run over to Dirgus, scoop up a potion, pat him on the head real quick, just like some quick cool pets, and then I'm gonna run over to Tana and then I'll administer a healing potion on her.
Oh, thank you. How many points? I will
You'll get
literally
10.
always ask. Thank you. Oh my gosh, that
You're
brings me up
stabilized.
to a hailing hearty 3.
No, you'll go to 10. You go to
Healing
10.
sets you to 0, and then you gain the 10.
A hailing hearty 10!
Hey, Tana, is there any chance like you could do something crazy right now? Because I think we're probably going to need it.
I can absolutely do that when the DM says it's my turn again.
I don't know what that means, but thanks.
It's not. It's JR's turn.
How many goblins would you say roughly are around here on top of him?
Roughly 7.7.
Wow.
Hey,
I'm going to try and pick up one of the goblins and use it to bowl off the other ones.
So stupid. All right. Are you proficient with goblin bowling balls?
damn it, I am.
Probably not.
Make. What do you guys think? Is bowling strength based or dex based?
Definitely strength based in this case.
How I
Wait,
bowl
if you're
strength.
Mark Rober,
Just muscle it down.
All right. Go ahead. Make athletics for me.
Yeah, do like a baseball pitch.
Ooh, 22.
Yeah, you pick up the 0.7 worth of a goblin. It's the perfect size and ball it up. And you successfully bowl. You said 22.
Yeah.
You knock all 7 other goblins off of Ator's back. Strike!
All right, line them up. My turn.
As one goblin like teeters just for a moment and then goes clunk.
Finian, your turn.
So I'm going to direct those enormous hornets, wasps, whatever they are, 5 feet long. They're really that big?
Yeah. It says
is
they're medium
absolutely-
creatures,
it's
so
absolutely
they're
terrifying.
the size of a person.
I don't like in my real life. I'm a little phobic of
Yeah.
like wasps and stinging
Well-
insects. That would scare the absolute crap out of me.
Looking up at Palusix, you notice she no longer has eyes. You have as of this turn, they have completely popped both of them.
I cast Gust of Wind to blow out the fog of poison lingering in
Perfect.
the air.
Thank you for reminding me. I need everyone before you, Tana, Mo, and JR. What? You take a little bit of damage from breathing in the toxic air. Take 11 acid damage, and remember you have resistance.
Oh, right.
But now, thanks to Finian, this toxic vapor has been dispersed. Excellent
And they
use
can
of
see
that
better,
spell.
too.
Yep. Heen.
I feel quite a bit better now after a turn of kind of sitting down, and I have a moment to reflect, and I realize there's kind of some memories that are just missing in my head right now as I'm trying to think about who these people are. I don't recognize them. But, I mean, obviously they're doing well, so I'm going to just let Sean keep directing them. Whatever he's doing, it's working. So I only had 2 hits this time. I guess they're slowing down. They came out with some fervor, and they're going to deal a total of 9 force damage.
Not a lot, but like you said, the goblins, because they stopped pouring down, they're starting to really thin out.
And I'm going to go ahead and ready my action to create a barrier between either myself or one of my friends in case something unexpected happens. Maybe she's going to have some death throw.
Well, here it is.
Oh, boy.
With her neck, eyes, and wings torn asunder, and realizing her death is probably pretty close, Palusix enters a sort of frenzy, attacking anything and everything with her teeth and claws alike. She makes an attack against every player.
But
Player? Not character?
I quit.
as the ceiling breaks off the house and a dragon sticks her face in.
I can take it.
She rolls a nat 20 against Tana. However,
God.
Allie turns it into a 5.
Allie, I love you so much. We're getting frozen yogurt immediately after this recording.
Mo, the next attack against you is a 2 from Vic.
Thank you, Vic. I'll take you out for frozen yogurt.
Unfortunately, that still hits.
Sorry, Vic. I might not be able to take you out.
We're already being taken out.
She hits everyone except Heen, interestingly enough.
I did ready my action to protect one of my allies, so as one of her claws swipes at Finian, I'm going to build a wall real quick and try and stop her foot from just taking him out.
Okay, so she will attack the wall instead. She annihilates this wall.
Oh, yeah. But it's going to save Finian a grand total of 15 HP.
Well, perfect, because she deals 20, so Finian, you only take 5. So she deals 20 damage to all of those hit.
Wait.
So I guess as I'm giving Tana the potion, I'm telling her, I don't know, Tana, I feel pretty good about this one. And then I just disappear. Like it's by the tail.
You go flying off
And
toward the cliff face.
And I drop again.
That's it.
it gets slightly worse. Each of you who was hit by her gains a level of disease.
I'm good.
Pass these around, will you?
Oh my god!
I don't
He
know
just
who
handed
got
me a stack of disease.
That was rude.
She crits Raphiram, and he reverts back into an elf, but he's okay.
Okay.
And she attempts to hit Gonk, but he's a ghost. He doesn't care.
Tell that to us back in our early episodes. Gee.
He's a sturdy orc.
Yeah,
or
like
ghost.
us. We were delicate ghosts.
Yeah. In a last-ditch attempt to subdue Palusix's reckless abandon, because she is now just cackling as she's tearing into flesh, Ator clamps down with his teeth, his claws, wings, all of his limbs, ignoring the damage that she's causing his body in the process. Once he has a solid grip on her, he performs like a death roll. You know, like what
Like a
alligator
crocodile.
does.
Yeah.
In an attempt to break down her body.
Oh.
Unfortunately, he's not paying a lot of attention to his surroundings. So I need... And I mean, this violent maelstrom of dragons is just catching all of you guys in the crossfire.
I don't like you today, Joey. I don't like you.
It's a big fight.
I'm on his tail.
As he's rolling.
I'll give you advantage on this.
Voice.
DC 16 deck save to avoid the chaos.
And for those of us who are down,
Yeah, unfortunately, you're taking the damage.
Ah.
So if you pass, you roll out of the way, you're fine.
Uh-huh.
If you fail, take 29 bludgeoning damage.
I'm sorry, did you say 29?
Let me... 29.
If somebody so much as flicks me,
Oh, no.
I am dead. Like, dead. I have 1 point left before I am gone from this planet.
Okay, listen, this sounds bad, but Tana can't stop us. There is potentially a Karzire here. We might be able to get her back.
We also have another body of Tana, so we have a
soul in
spare. Or
I
we
can
could
also
put you in
reincarnate.
Finian's body.
I
too.
can reincarnate her as something else. Yeah.
I'm just here with a horrified expression on my face.
Well, your
double
friends
Finian.
may have a flippant, like, nonchalant reaction to this, but Egret, the dwarf, does not, and she rushes over to you, dropping her shield, dropping her warhammer, and flooding your body with healing
See,
magic.
bitches gotta take care of bitches. This is what I'm talking about.
I take care of JR all the time.
He does.
Oh my.
She heals you for 25 HP.
I'm still down, but I'm not. My ghost isn't quite leaving my body yet.
And she wipes sweat from her brow as she helps you up, panting. And Tana, it's your turn.
I will fling my arms around my one and only true friend in this swamp and squeeze the dwarf really tightly.
She'll embrace you and then cough a little bit, cough
Sorry,
up a little blood. Not from you, just from... She's pretty wounded herself from
Okay, well, I'm going to
zombies.
pass her one of my greater healing potions
So
because bitches take care of bitches.
If none of us are her friend, all in favor of next time we fight, just letting Tana do the fighting? Wait, say
I said true friend.
You said
You're my
only
friend.
Meanwhile, everyone forgets a turn before Mo healed her, but whatever.
I love you all. That was just really nice of the dwarf. So after I let go of my new dwarf bestie and give her the greater healing potion, I'm just gonna maybe walk a few feet away and cast Prestidigitation on my obsidian because lately it seems to be working and to help the cracks that are forming. So I'm just gonna do some self-care with my staff.
You don't want that to
Wait,
break
that didn't
right now?
sound right.
Not in public.
Anyway, the action stands.
Okay, so I'm going to dislodge myself from the tree that I was just sent into. I'm going to land on the ground and look around. With my 3 HP left, I think I'm done here. I'm going to look up to the giant, and I think I'm going to use all my speed to run up the stairs to the door, and I'm going to start knocking calmly.
Walker will slowly open it and like peek out to see who's knocking.
Tag in.
He slams the door.
What an ass.
I'm going to use a key point to get ready to dodge.
JR.
I'm going to chug a potion.
Yeah.
And then holding on to a tour's tail, I'm going to tell him, flick me at her. As I'm bleeding from probably a big dragon scratch.
What?
Flick me above her. Or at her.
He'll flick you above her. So you just go flying to where Palusix's head is.
And as I'm flying above her, I'm going to point 2 fingers down and use my brand new cantrip. Ooh. Yes, Eldritch Blast.
Finally.
And shoot
You're finally a warlock.
2 beams of wind energy will shoot out of my fingers and hopefully hit. It doesn't hit the first time. It hits the second time for 7 force damage. And then I will clunk down on the...
Yeah, do you have a plan for landing?
I'll make a dex save to see how gracefully I land.
Yeah, make acrobatics.
He's gonna do a super
14.
What?
14.
You do a superhero landing, but it's really bad on your knees.
Always is.
Yeah, how much bludgeoning do
You
I
take 6 bludgeoning damage.
And I'll turn around and be like, Palusix, more like Pal0. And I'll run towards the giant. Try and go inside.
Finian, as you're surveying the battlefield, seeing all of this chaos unfold, you find Silkwing, her spirit, standing next to you, looking out with you. Well, what are you waiting for? Let me help.
Where have you been?
Oh, well, waiting. I was here. I was fighting, but we've been over this. There's only so much I can do without you acting as my conduit.
Well, let's get on with it then.
Yes, exactly. She gets ready for whatever you're about to do.
I'm going to cast the Wrath of Nature spell, but what's interesting is that all the trees around here are dead.
So you're casting Wrath of Nature, and as you do, you find all of her elders, all of the other ghosts materializing into the dead trees, into the stones to help you in this fight.
I'm casting this spell, and you see little wisps. If you're looking, you can see, looking carefully, you can see little wisps of light kind of moving into the trees and the rocks and in the stream. And they start to make an attack on Palusix. And actually, any of the goblin zombies are also going to take attacks, too, if they're close to any trees.
Yeah, okay, great.
Okay. 18 is the DC. So she takes 15 slashing damage from these like desiccated dead trees that have now sort of become animate.
As do the remaining zombies, right?
And the remaining zombies
Great,
all
yeah.
take that as well.
And there are no more zombies left. It's perfect.
She's also still taking damage from the giant wasps who are still attacking her.
Yes. Yes, she is not looking good at all. Is there any more damage you can do? Because she's up next.
And then I'm going to launch a boulder at her, or maybe even a small rock slide from above the cliff face.
Yeah, imbuing the cliff face with more of the spirits, they dislodge rocks that collapse on her. Make a ranged attack.
So 24.
That hits. What's the damage?
Takes 18 points of
Excellent roll. This is enough.
Ooh.
How does this look, Finian, to everyone else?
So it looks like little wisps, like spirit wisps, are pushing rocks. Like they're literally like pushing rocks out of the side of the cliff. And they come cascading down. About how high is the cliff? It's got to be like 100.
It's tall.
It's
Yeah,
like
I don't remember the
hundreds of
number
feet.
I gave. It's
So
tall.
these rocks hit terminal velocity and they just crash down on her back, on her head. And she's basically buried in this pile of rubble.
Nice.
As her dying breath escapes her lips, a breeze disrupts the still air, as if the swamp itself is breathing a sigh of relief. Though the rot doesn't vanish instantly, something feels different, like whatever shadow was cast over these lands is past. Ator slumps down next to his mother's corpse, panting with exhaustion.
Rest, mother. May you find Avru on the other side.
Wow, that's actually kind of nice of him.
All at once, up at the top of the cliffs, you can hear goblins chanting and howling and celebrating. We are now in the denouement.
I love the presentation.
The first thing I do is I cast Speak with Animals, and I talk to my wasps.
Okay.
Hello. Did you like being big and powerful?
Yeah, it was pretty cool.
Would you like to do it again?
Yeah, sure.
Then you must come back to my home for you. I will make sure you have lots of rotten meat and fermented fruit.
This is a little creepy, man. Can you roll an animal persuasion or something?
Animal friendship. I cast animal friendship.
Oh, okay. Well, suddenly he's like, oh, okay, yeah.
Come back to my jar.
The 3 wasps fly back into
They're
your
small
jar.
now, right.
They're now small. I assume you dropped the... Yeah.
Did I overdo it?
Yeah, it's fine. We get it all the time.
Oh, sorry.
From who?
They came from Valier.
That means he's doing the same thing to them.
Highly poisonous, like murder hornets. They're awesome. So the 3 wasps go back in the jar. Close the lid. All right, great. And then I'm going to cast Lesser Restoration on all of those of us who have been diseased.
You do feel it weakening, just like you have a sense that the swamp is going back to normal, so too are your bodies.
Silkwing,
Yes?
thank you for your most timely assistance. I don't know if we could have finished this battle as quickly without you and your brethren.
Thank you for acting as our conduit. I must admit I misjudged you and your party.
How so?
I thought the lot of you would be dead within hours after you arrived, but here we are. You saved me arm. I can never repay the debt I owe you.
You owe nothing to me.
Oh, that's good, because I plan to retire.
I can only imagine that you would very much like to free the spirits of your brethren who have been chained in the swamp.
Yes, though I don't know that I have that power. It seems you brought a new black dragon to power. We must talk to him. And then, after that, my job here will be done. I think it's finally time for me to pass through Legal and find my children.
I wish you the greatest success in that. Shall we go speak with Atur?
Yes, no reason to stay in this swamp any longer than I have to. I lived here for so fucking long.
So I'm going to head in and run to Walker's room, where I think he was saying a kick in the door.
Oh, in the corpse?
Yeah.
Yeah, you find, he's staying in one of its thighs, I guess.
So is the door he kicked open its sphincter, or
Your sphincter's in your thigh?
yeah, don't you?
You should see somebody about that.
And I'll charge in, Walker, you son of a bitch. And
Room's empty.
I'll sigh and sit on his bed. I'll pull out the bag he gave me teeth. And as I open it, I'll look at gold. Why?
Yeah, why?
I'm using my flashback I didn't use.
Wow.
Flashback. I knew Walker would do something tricky, so I cast misdirect while we were talking. While he was talking to my illusion, I went in his room and switched the bag of teeth with his bag. So he actually gave me the gold.
How much gold do you have?
It's like 4,000, right?
It's a lot.
You just held on to your flashback this entire time for that?
I respect
This
it.
is how a heist goes. Ocean 11 music.
Meanwhile, Walker's walking through the swamp, and he opens up the drawstring on his bag to look at all of the things he stole, and he finds all of the teeth that he tried to give you. He'll give a slight smile. That Jacob's growing up.
Now that my brain doesn't feel like it's on fire or electric or whatever at this point, I'm gonna sit down, take a breather, and I see the specters from my memory slowly disappear again as Sean releases them, before simply nodding to me and disappearing again. I'm gonna look around the field and see everyone's in awful condition, and there's gore everywhere from all the zombies.
You notice while you're looking around that crawling from underneath one of Palusix's wings is that goblin. And she stalks her way towards you with a bad limp. It looks like her leg was injured during all of this. And without missing a beat, she stretches out her hand.
Give me back the disc.
I'll stare at her blankly for a second. What?
The disc. You stole it, so give it back.
The amber disc. Yes, I have it somewhere, and I'll fumble around looking for it. Is it in good condition? Is it still there?
It looks good. And in fact, she'll snatch it and bite into it to make sure it's real. And it is.
I assume you'll no longer need that. The blight is gone.
Not up to me. Me but just guard. See you around, loser.
Why did you do that?
Colorful characters in the swamp.
And she scurries away with the disc in hand.
That was an elven artifact you just gave away. Nice one.
Now it's a
We
goblin
did legitimately
artifact.
steal it from them, so, good for her.
We don't know. They may not have come
That
upon
is-
it in good, in fair trade.
I guess I'll go check in with the party. I assume I see Tana first, and I'll go over and...
I'm just wringing the water and the muck and the blood and everything else from my cloak.
I know this is not the first time you've done that.
Wringing out my wet clothes.
All the blood and mud off of it specifically.
Yeah, that happens way too often in this campaign.
My bad.
And I'm the one with mental issues.
Hey, wait a minute.
But speaking of firsts, you seem to start using your chaos purposefully now. What changed?
I just have more, control over it. And sometimes, when you're in like a wet area, fire's not always the best, thing to do. So, yeah, I don't know.
Well, I think it's good. You've used it for, well, hopefully good purposes. But I've been impressed. For something so uncontrollable, you've kept your poise about you and held it together. Well done. And I'm going to shuffle off awkwardly before she can respond, hopefully.
My smile will very quickly fade away as you turn your back. After just shaking my head quickly to clear whatever thoughts I had, I am going to make my way towards Palusix's old house, in this god's ribcage. Yeah.
Corpse. Yeah, you walk in just as JR is leaving.
Yeah. Oh, hey, JR.
Oh, hi.
And I will go... This is so creepy. I will go up to my body, which is now an IKEA decoration, and I will take my cloak. I am wearing, like a dress underneath, but I'm going to take my cloak because it's in much better... you always need an extra cloak, right? Yeah. And I will attempt to get my own body off the wall, which apparently I'm a lot heavier than I look, and I'm going to struggle with it. So I guess I'll call to JR over my shoulder. Hey, JR, help!
What? I'll come in. What's going on?
Really awkward, but could you help me take my body off the wall?
Oh yeah, we're keeping it for a spare, right?
No, just help me, please.
I will go and help you.
Okay, thank you. Gosh, so I guess right there in the middle of this
stomach,
fallen god's innards, I'm gonna light my own body on fire because I don't ever want to be used as anyone's decoration ever again. But also, I think deep down, it's kind of nice to burn the old me as I look forward to what happens next.
Finian, you make your way to Atur, who is literally licking his wounds, but he stops when he sees you.
Atur, there are souls who've been imprisoned in the swamp by your mother.
I will release them. No one should be held captive.
You have great wisdom, Atur. Thank you for your mercy and sympathy in this particular matter.
The Noodles and Company are always welcome in my lands.
Should we find ourselves in this part of the world again, we will be glad to pay you a visit and bring tribute to you.
He'll nod at that.
So I've kind of just been leaning against the corpse because I'm not looking good. I'm a little tired, so I've been just leaning over here, breathing hard. I realized Gonk is here, so I'm gonna head over to Gonk. Hey, buddy, it's been a while since we've seen you, man. You're looking good.
Gonk will look up at you surprised, like he was deep in thought. Oh, little human man, you look terrible. Do you need a hug?
Yes, I'll hug him.
I'll hug you.
And then I'll sit down next to him. So, this whole fight, man, I've been thinking, this has really been bothering me. So, when we were in Dragon Spiral, we ran into this group and they totally stole our image. Should I be upset? Because I'm kind of upset.
Little human upset that there are other little humans?
No, but I mean, like, they were wearing our colors. I mean, one of them even had a monocle. I always draw my pictures with JR wearing a monocle.
Identity theft is no joke.
Like, I'm just saying, what is that
Gonk
about? I
gets
feel
it.
like I should be mad. Should I be mad, Gonk?
You know what they say. Impersonation is highest form of flattery. A compliment.
Oh, they're jealous.
Yes, the other human's jealous of little human.
You know, that's a good way of looking at it, Gonk.
I Gonk tell you something that bothers Gonk?
Yeah, lay it on me.
Ancient black dragon not strong enough. Gonk need to find next challenge.
Oh, man, that's rough. I feel that. Well, we are about to go to Yabu's Rise, and the 7 strongest people in the world are going to be there. You could tag along.
Gonk is joining for this.
Cool. I'll help you if you want. I mean, I think I could do
Help?
that. I think I could take like 4 of them.
He'll reach out to shake your hand.
I'll shake his hand.
This is deal.
All right, cool, man. Well, I guess I'm gonna have to go talk to Egret over there because she's one of the people, and I'll lean in. She's like stealing our style. I don't know who she's based off of. It could be like an alternate like universe switch in for like maybe JR because it's like kind of paladin-y.
Yeah, but no paladin nor dwarf. How could she be stealing image?
It could be like a parallel world, like they do that in comics sometimes.
Don't think you look too far into this.
Yeah, you're probably right.
Or maybe, he says, trailing off.
Multiverse theory.
There goes the chatter in our tinfoil hat channel.
It's the multiverse. The multiverse.
Wow. Into the multiverse.
Multiverse.
Wow.
Yeah.
Hey Joey, can we? I have an idea for the second campaign.
You think I'm inviting you to the second campaign? God contemplates this deeply as you walk away. Egret is tending to some of the goblins that she purified, trying to wake them up. But she'll stop when she sees you approach.
Hey, I just want to thank you for the help. That was pretty cool.
Oh, of course.
And also, you're welcome for the inspiration of your team's image. I do appreciate the flattery.
Oh, yeah. I have a question about that, too. Who do you think you are, exactly? Your leader, the one in blue, who...
We're the Noodles and Company, and who are you?
Well, we go by the 7, you see.
Nah. What? Like the 7?
That is what... That's what they call us. I don't know that there's anything to it, really.
God, that's so cool. We inspired the 7?
But there's 8 of them.
There were 8 of them.
Maybe the book,
Well, now there's 7, I guess.
The book looks into the future and it knows there will be 7.
You wouldn't happen to be heading to Dragon Spiral, would you?
Well, I think we were going to head to Yabu's Rise because we were actually supposed to meet the 7.
No kidding. You're heading to Yabu's Rise. Do you mind if I come with you?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I think I speak for the group always, so absolutely. And then just one more quick thing, sorry, just to address this while I have you here, and then I'll look back to make sure the group isn't here. I know, like, the guy in blue seems like he's the leader, but I'm actually the leader of the group.
Make a deception for me.
Why is it deception? I rolled a 2.
She'll nod and smile.
So after speaking with Atur, I actually make my way over to Giant Corpse.
Yeah, it's got some major heartburn right now.
I see smoke coming out of it.
Yep.
Yeah. Where there's smoke, there's a tiefling.
Yeah, there's Tana. But I make my way up and I find Tana there.
Hello, Tana.
Hello, Fidian.
I guess I'm not surprised that I would find you here immolating your former body.
Yeah.
You know, Tana, we are coming from very different backgrounds. You channel chaos and I seek balance. We couldn't be more different.
True.
However, we are bound to each other by something greater than just our alignments to chaos and balance.
Did I owe you money?
No, but I think we've... interestingly, I think we're bound to each other by destiny. Look, I mean, we both have our bodies hang on a wall in a dragon's lair.
Yeah.
And here we find ourselves brought back to life again, to find ourselves again together.
Yeah.
I don't know what to make of this, but as much as I feel like we have come from different walks of life, we seem to be heading on the same path together. I find that most interesting and most heartening.
I like walking on the same path as you too, Finian.
Thank you.
I also like bringing a little bit of chaos to your life.
It certainly has brought me many opportunities to learn and grow my wisdom.
Yeah.
With you and the rest of this group, but you in particular have inspired me in ways that maybe I wouldn't have thought of had I stayed on my original path. Thank you for helping me complete this mission and for allowing me to take the next step in my life.
I don't know how to react to emotional things, so I'm just going to pat you on the shoulder.
When you do that, I reach around and give you a somewhat awkward hug.
Oh, thanks, Finian. I still just have one thing to ask you.
Yes.
Just the one thing I will ever ask you in our entire friendship. Yeah.
Ask away.
Can you please not bring your body back to life?
That was never my intention.
Okay, good.
You'll just hear, that was beautiful, Finian. I was standing there the whole time.
Hey, JR. Well, guess what? Now you have to come over and hug us, too.
JR, will you help me get my body off the wall? I have plans.
JR, the lugger of corpses.
So JR helps me get the body off the wall. And I put the body down on on a table. Not
There's
the one
a big
where
dining room table.
I actually have to move away from this room because it's filled with the smoke and burning,
right?
Charred remains
the
of the
table's
old
burnt.
Thomas.
It's gone.
So I just find a place and I lean over the body. I look at it very carefully. I inspect it. I look down at the face. I feel around on my face where I have damage to my nose. It's actually a chunk of it's missing from the fight with Avru. I lean on the body and say,
Okay, Finian, I got your nose.
What are you going to do? Cut off your own nose?
well, I'm going to essentially take that piece of nose and I'm going to fix my
You're
current
going to
one.
necromancy it on your face?
Finian, you're a weird guy.
Yeah, so I tried the same thing with the antler, but it becomes apparent very quickly that there's not enough blood supply going to the antler to allow it to graft. And so I have to give up on that attempt.
Raphiram's voice calls from behind you. He's standing above you.
Raphiram, hi, you surprised me.
Finian, what the fuck are you doing?
I turn around and you see there's this nose and there's a line, clearly a big scar where the old nose and the new nose are joining, but it ain't perfect. And I've got scars. I'm kind of a mess, but at least I'm not missing a nose anymore.
Are you staying here, Finian? Do you plan to stay in the swamps?
In the Arum?
Yes.
No, I don't have business here anymore. I think I'll move on with the group. We have business in Yabu's Rise, a prophecy.
A prophecy? Wow. Well, I wish you the best, Finian. Myra and I are going to stay, help rebuild, help get all of the spirits back in their bodies.
That's a wonderful and noble use of your time, and
to wherever your path takes you, just remember to trust your instincts. And I'm sure I'll see you again.
I count on it.
Are you going to use that antler?
I wasn't planning on it.
I'll take it.
Okay.
What?
Could come in handy, and I'll put it on back.
Well, one by one, the party all comes back together. What's the plan now?
I think we have 5 degenerates. I'm sorry, and a pig.
And a ghost of an orc and a dwarf.
Okay, we've got 7 degenerates and a pig. Who?
Oh, speaking of 7, yeah, apparently those people we were fighting, that's the 7. And here, guys, check this out.
Wait.
They based their image off of us. How cool is that?
No, that's not at all what I said.
Strongest people, my ass. I kicked that one's butt.
Hey, are you trying to take my moves?
Hey, you use my moves.
It's gonna be a long walk to Yabu's Rise.
Oh, yeah, I mean... Wait, we should probably... Okay, guys, look, real talk. I've kind of had enough of the swamp. Does anyone else want to, like, stay somewhere else?
I would stay literally anywhere else on the continent than in the swamp 1 second longer.
Okay, well, I still have my ring, so we can find a hotel.
You mean an inn?
If that's what you call it.
Oh, did you want your other rings? I'll open it back.
What? Yes? I'll take them. Wait, that's a lot of gold, JR.
Yeah.
I'll put the other rings on. All right, anyway, guys, let's see. Okay, activating insensibility. I am looking for the nearest inn. Where could I find it?
You do find it.
Does it tell me distance? Is it like a GPS?
Locates, its distance and direction.
Turn right in 400 marsh miles.
And in fact, it follows this stream. Seems if you follow it, you'll end up at this inn.
How long will it take?
6 days.
Okay, guys, good news. There is an inn. Bad news, we got about a week.
Well, we better start moving.
With each day of travel, color and life returns to Miorum. By the time you reach your destination some 6 days later, the magical blight has almost completely receded. You find yourselves where the story began for Tana and Finian all those months ago, the village of Dala. It's small, no more than a few dozen wooden houses all clustered around the river dock, though silence has since replaced the din of fishermen. Most buildings have long since melted, and those that still stand from the acid have been ransacked. Yet, even in the village's promised demise, you catch motion. A trade boat, gently bobbing up and down on the river. Red paint on its side denotes it as fortune's favor. Sailors on deck notice you just as you notice them, and a couple run below deck, presumably to get their captain. Moments later, an Asimar woman wearing a bright red scarf leans over the ship's railing to see what everyone is talking about. When she spots you, she smiles fondly. Well, if it isn't the stowaway and the thief, the end of part 3.
What?
Thank you all for listening to our podcast, and a special thanks to our greater deities Ricky, Zach, and Linda, our deities Vic, Malpomene, PM, and Alley Cat. I'd also like to thank our celestials Ironjaw, Little Lib, David Green, Virgil McClurkin, and Chris Kremkow, our heroes Chris Matowski and Ride Andre, and all of our adventurers. If you want to affect the story like they do, come roll with us on Patreon. That's all I have for today. Part 4 begins next week. See you then.
See you, nerds. Bye. I cast Control Monster.
Wow. Okay. She has 12 legendary resistances.
I have 0 spell slots.
Right.